welcome to Let's Be Love. This is your girl V, and today my guest is Jose. Jose, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, V?
Great. Thank you for joining us today. Now, Jose, when I say the word love, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Big, calming, warm energy. Calm, go with the flow, love, light, warm embracing, all that stuff, all that good stuff.
I like
Anything positive, positive word, positive feeling.
Now, I know in the LGBT community, some people are anti-label, but I do always ask a person like, how do you kind of identify? How do you, see yourself, whether it's your sexuality or just how you feel about labels?
I don't like labeling myself or like labeling other people. I don't like feeling like I have to put on a show for somebody as well or have to fit this, mask role or this feminine submissive, you know. I just like to be me. I just like somebody to be them.
Mhm. So you don't want to be boxed into a specific label.
I don't. I do. I know we need them, but I just, wish people didn't like label themselves because I felt like I had to fit this one mold or one version of myself that I thought I had to present to the gay community or to present to guys when I was dating, or to present to like my family because I couldn't be like too feminine or I didn't want them to think I was like this big flamer or whatnot, or just just trying to navigate who you are. I think the labels kind of limit you a little bit.
Now, do you only date men? And have you ever dated a female?
I have dated one female back in high school, but it was like a little like summer thing. But other than that, I have never physically been with a girl. Only guys and only dated guys really, like heavily.
Okay. Now, what about your childhood?
I was probably one of the only people in my school or like around my friends who were like gay, openly gay, especially in high school when I came out. But even before that, you kind of know when somebody's like different or when the vibe is different. So I feel like everybody already knew that. So just growing up, it wasn't too many of us like in my town. But in my family, I was lucky to have that support. People in my family that are definitely a part of the LGBT community. Um, so having that growing up was a little easier, especially during my come out, or as I like to call it, my pull outs. My lesbian aunt had basically had brought it up one day, and that's how that happened. Um,
Wait, so your aunt outed you?
yeah, so came down from sleeping, and she was cleaning. My other aunt was in the chair, my grandmother's sister. I was living with my grandmother at the time. My grandmother was in the kitchen, and then all like my cousins were upstairs. But my two aunts are in the living room. I'm sitting down on the other seat, and then my aunt who's cleaning, she's talking about gay people, coincidentally talking about gay people in the family. And she's talking about how she saw a picture on Facebook of my cousin, and she thinks that she's gonna be the next one to come out as gay. And then she was just like, you know who else I think is gay? And then it got silent, and then she looked at me, and I was just like, oh God. And then I just started crying.
Oh no.
And then I just started crying. I don't know why. And then my grandmother came and she was like, "Why are you crying?" And then my aunt told her, she was just like, "Oh, he just came out," like nothing. And then my grandmother was like, "It's okay. I still love you." All that stuff just to be supportive. I'm glad I had that because I know a lot of people don't have that at all. They don't have that opportunity to be comfortable with their family, and I feel like that's also something that now that we're talking about, that probably is what makes me a little more chill and a little more positive having that growing up, as opposed to having it a little more hard because I I feel like the people who do have it hard in their household, that's those people who look through that support through their friends and through outside things. So being able to have that support everywhere, just I guess completed life for me, I guess.
Yeah. That was definitely a blessing that you had such a supportive reaction from your family or just a support system within your family. So your aunt outed you, and then your grandmother immediately came to support you. What about the rest of your family? How have they kind of embraced your journey?
So then a couple days after that, we had a picnic or a barbecue at my dad's house, and I knew someone had said something to him because he was antsy and he was like being extra nice, having a couple extra drinks that day, and yeah, I just the vibe was there where I knew he wanted me to go up to him, but I just couldn't go up to him. Where it just got to a point, I guess, where he got up, he pulled me to my brother's room, and he just like talked to me. He was just like, I know you don't have to tell me. I know it's hard. I was waiting for you the whole day to, come up to me. But, I already know the hard part is over, me knowing. Just make sure you make good choices, respect, the household, don't just bring people in, stuff like that. Just, that we respect you, just respect the household and respect us, and we'll always be here, and he'll, beat somebody up if he has to, all that stuff. Yeah.
Wow. That is an amazing support system. And about how old were you at that time?
15.
Yeah.
Yeah, 15.
Once your family was supportive and you were around 15, what did that look like for your high school journey, like dating in high school?
I actually didn't date until after I graduated high school. So I didn't date until, yeah, about like 19, hitting 20. Yeah. I feel like I was truly like navigating myself and truly navigating like the gay world that I was just entering. I think I was focusing more on that at that time. I wasn't really thinking about boys in that way.
Mhm. And so once you did kind of start dating guys, what was your sexual journey like? How did you explore what you're comfortable with?
Well, I started off going back to like the labels, because like I just labeled myself as like, oh, you're definitely a bottom. That's the thing you're gonna try. You like that, you do, all that stuff. So that's what I started out doing sexually, was bottoming. And then it wasn't until my first relationship where I got comfortable enough to try topping. Didn't mesh well with my ex, because he's not a bottom at all. So the times that we did try it, I didn't really enjoy it. But after I broke up with him and I started trying it more, I ended up liking it, and yeah, that's when I started, like, I guess, figuring out my balance with both, and how I feel about both, and what I can do when I'm bottoming, what I can do when I'm topping, and what I like with both. It just, I don't know. I've been exploring my versatility, I guess, for the past couple of years, and I think that's fun. I think a lot of relationships, if you are okay with being, just the bottom, or the other person being just the top, then that will work for your relationship. But I feel like if you're somebody that's versatile and you don't have that reciprocation in your relationship, I don't think you're gonna really be fulfilled. So I think a lot of people have to be open to both. Not necessarily like have to like both, but you should at least be open to trying both. Because you never might know. You never know. You might like one that you didn't think you would like, or like something that you didn't think you'd like.
Yeah, because you
Let's not
definitely
limit it to let's not just limit it to bottoming and topping. There's so many other things you can do sexually, but yeah,
yeah, you definitely have to understand yourself and then understand what you're comfortable with in a relationship.
of course, for sure, yeah.
Now, what about your dating journey? You mentioned that you're single. How long have you been single?
June was 4 years that I've been single. Um,
Now that's
yeah,
shocking to me because you're a very attractive man. So I'm trying to figure
thank you.
out why have you been single for 4 years?
I don't know. I guess I just haven't found the right person, or the person that I connect with. Um, I'm very big on creating like strong bonds. So I guess I haven't reached that level with someone. I have talked to people, I have dated, I haven't just been in the trenches, or been, in the dark. But I guess I haven't found that person that I want to be my next partner.
What do you think you've learned thus far from dating? You now have a better understanding of your sexuality, what you like, and as you've been dating, and also why you've had this time to be single and to think, what have you learned about yourself as far as dating goes?
My biggest thing is compromise and the give and take aspect of a relationship because I've only ever had two serious relationships. My first relationship, I felt like I gave, and like did not take, and then I felt like my second relationship showed me that you need to have both in order for it to be successful. Because I realized too that my second relationship, yeah, you argue in every relationship, but what are you arguing about? I jump in to a relationship with someone and then get mad when you learn something about them that you didn't like. Maybe if you spent time to get to know certain aspects or at least the main aspects of that person where you can see how they actually live, how they actually maneuver, what they actually think about the world, how they interact with people, like who they are as a person. If you can, at least grasp some of the main concepts of that, then I feel like that can set you up for a successful relationship. But if you're not, and then you're just like at a point where like you're already in it and you're like, well, damn, I don't like that about that person. Well, you're already, in too deep at that point. So that makes things worse. So I think me learning that throughout my relationships and just I guess holding someone to a high standard, not to like fit my mold or fit my needs, but just this is what I say with every guy I date. Like, you don't have to take care of me. I can take care of me. I need you to take care of you so then we can take care of ourselves together. You know what I mean? I don't want you to take care of me and I don't want to feel like I have to take care of you. I want to feel like we both know how to take care of each other individually so together we could be even more powerful.
Right. We are compatible and we are equal.
Yeah. I think that's the beauty in dating and the beauty in talking to people. And it's okay if you talk to somebody for like 2 weeks and then you guys don't talk anymore. What did you learn in that 2 weeks about that person? What did you teach them? Maybe you weren't supposed to learn something from that person. Maybe they were supposed to learn something from you. You know what I mean? So just thinking about those things when dating, I think that has helped me. I just love that you get to explore and then see what you want in your ideal relationship.
Yeah, from those experiences, you definitely learn what you do and do not want in your next relationship.
Yeah, and that can be non-sexually, that can be sexually, that can be um just like how you feel with somebody's work ethic, how somebody shows affection, how somebody, just all these things. It just you can figure all these things out, and then just it narrow down um helps narrow down when you meet that person or you meet that one person, you're just like, wow, 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 wow. Like they're fitting all of my criteria and I'm fitting all of their criteria. We just mesh really well. Like our mindsets are the same. We think the same. Completely different people, but our core is like the same. I think that's one thing that people forget. They try to look for somebody who is just like them or who gets them. I feel like difference is good because then you both bring something different to the table that the other one can like enjoy.
Yeah, you can be different and still be quite compatible.
Yeah, quite compatible. I feel like we're just so technologically advanced today than we were 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And just like you would tell a child, oh, children don't play outside anymore. They're in the video games. It's kind of the same as dating. Like nobody goes outside anymore and like meets people. We're all meeting people on these dating apps or online. Instagram is becoming like this big dating thing now. I don't know. The
Yes.
DMs have been like a thing now. Um, so yeah, just being able to like see someone in person, actually, see them for who they are and not for who they're representing themselves on online, and just like the boldness of it. I always loved the boldness of you having the balls to go up to somebody or somebody else having the guts to come up to you and asking you for your number and whatnot.
Hmm. Yeah, we've definitely lost that personal touch with social media.
Yeah. They can't be oblivious or naive to the fact that you do have to be sexually attracted or sexually compatible with that person, because I feel like sex with your partner is not just sex, it's another form of you guys connecting and another form of you guys showing your love to one another. Even if it is just like a hot spicy like session, like I feel like when you're with your partner and you guys are like exploring with your bodies, like you guys are truly exploring and truly like giving yourself up to that other person. Definitely need to be compatible. I've definitely met guys who stopped talking to me once they found out I was versatile, because they, because I wasn't just a top or I wasn't just a bottom.
Wow.
So I
Yeah.
guess that ruins their image of who I am. Like, oh, he's not as manly because he lets somebody dominate him.
Right. Again, we have those labels and wanting to be,
Yeah.
put in a little box, perfect little box. Well, Jose, I want to thank you for just sharing your perspective and your journey today. I love the fact that your family has always been so supportive. A lot of people do not have that, and so you were definitely blessed to always have a close, supportive family along this journey with you. So I just want to wish you continued success and blessings in life.
Thank you so much. You as well, V. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you. Well, I want to remind you and everyone else, as I always do on Let's Be Love, let's be love. Let's be the love that you want to see in this world.
Amen. Let's be loved.